Good morning, everyone. And yesterday I tried to do a video for my YouTube channel, and I think it was a little too long. So today I'm going to do it in segments, and this first segment is going to be my foundation and concealer application. So this is what I look like before, and I've taken my before picture, and I'll post my after as well side by side. So if you're in my Facebook group, which is Katie's Kisses, then you can check it out. Otherwise, it is a crime not to prime. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my primer on. And right now I'm using one from a company called Smashbox. That's only because I'm waiting to earn my free rewards from my company, which is Sene International, so that I can try theirs, because it's called Silk and it looks like it's wonderful. And everything that I've tried from them so far has been really great. So I'm just using my fingers to rub this in. You can see I've got quite a bit of discolorations, and last night I was playing with my puppy. And I have this and this too, so you could see it. So a little rough looking right now, but hopefully we can get things evened out just a little bit, and that'll help, huh? So I have tried a variety of different applicators for applying liquid foundation, because it's been a while since I've worn liquid foundation. So I am happy to tell you that I have tried all three. This is the silicone applicator, which absorbs no product whatsoever. And this is a simple one that I found that was recommended to me by a friend at work from a company called Elf. And this is one of the ones that you wet and squeeze out the water and then dab on. I love this one for my blush. And then there is this one, which is the original Beauty Blender, which I got from Sephora yesterday. And I do have to say that I think I really do like this one the best, and that my daughter was probably right. It's really super soft. This one was about $20. I think this one was about $9, and this one was $10 off Amazon. So just so you know, I really do think I like this one the best. I kind of like them all for different reasons. So that's my opinion. And I actually also have a brush to apply it. But so far I'm digging on this little guy here. So I have applied my minimizer, my pore minimizer, my photo finish pore minimizer, prime, not to prime. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my foundation on. And I am wearing the anti-aging foundation, and the color that I use is called Dewy. These foundation shades are customizable, meaning that we also sell a white concealer, which you can add to actually any of your foundations that you're already using. Say that you like to buy one color for the summertime and you need a lighter shade for the wintertime, then you can buy the darker shade and then tone it down with the white concealer, which is kind of fun. So I have put some of my foundation here on this applicator, and I have a handy dandy mirror because I do have one behind me, but I think it looks kind of awkward when I do that. So I like to put this on here, and this applies the product, and it doesn't absorb any of the product in. I'm trying to get better at using my phone to actually put my makeup on, but it's sort of a challenge for me, I think. And then if I put it up too high, then I'm like looking through you. So if I have this right here, we kind of get the best of both worlds. I just have to remember not to put my hand up in front of my face, because that's what happens there. So smoothing on my foundation here. I also do, funny enough, like to use just my hands, but I find that I like to go back with the Beauty Blender and blend everything kind of in. For a really long time, I used to put my concealer on before my foundation, because that's what I was taught when I was younger. However, I do find that it does work a little better if you put it on afterwards. So that's what I've started doing. Also a technique that my daughter has taught me about. So I'm doing my best here to apply it into the camera, which is helpful for you, but it is definitely a challenge. I work in surgery, so I'm used to doing things backwards on screen, but it's a little bit, it's just odd. You have to try it sometime and you'll see what I mean. So I'm looking here. I've got everything sort of nice and smoothed on here. There we go. I like that this is a nice coverage and it kind of evens everything out, but it doesn't seem to be too heavy. So I feel like maybe I do want a little bit more coverage. So I'm going to squirt a little here into my handy dandy palette that I got from the craft store for like, I think it was 99 cents. Kind of cool. And I use it for a lot of my stuff. I use it for my blushes, you'll see. I think I need a little more here. Because I'm pretty discolored right here. I'm gonna get my little red rosy cheeks. But I also don't want to look like I have painted it on with spackle either. So I'm not going to do that either. Try to keep it nice and light, ladies. Those of you who are younger, you may not even need a foundation at all. I have just always liked to wear makeup, and I've kind of always been into foundation. So as soon as my mother let me wear makeup, I started wearing foundation because I thought it was cool. So that's up to you. We do have a tinted moisturizer, which is lovely, and it really helps even everything out, especially when you don't need a lot of foundation coverage. I am going to use as a concealer our Whisper Pink eyeshadow. It is an eyeshadow, but most of our products can be used for multiple different applications. So I'm going to use these Whisper Pink because it's a fairly light color, and my eyes are a little dark in the corners here and right around here. A lot of us have some redness, and I have been fighting off this cold since before Christmas. So I've got my dots on. So this is also sort of like a little bit of like contouring, and I'm going to keep using my beauty blender here, and I use the pointed end to get this on and blend it in. I'm making my weird makeup faces so that you guys can see what I'm doing here. And then you blot, blot, blot. I do find I like this one a lot better than the other one because I feel like I'm not pounding the heck out of my face. These are cream to powder eyeshadows, and I am using the Whisper Pink as a concealer. For a very long time, I wore eyeshadows from Bare Minerals. And I'm going to tell you, I really kind of like having these be a cream to powder because even when I drop my little tube, I don't make a mess everywhere, which is kind of handy. So I kind of like that because I have spilled many a pot of eyeshadows, which is not a whole lot of fun to clean up. I could see that I wasn't looking when I put the lid back on my eyeshadow, and I made a mess out of it. So there we go. I'm still pretty red there from my puppy dog last night. I don't know that I'm going to be able to cover that up too much. Okay, so there we go. I think it's still a little dark right in there. Let me see if maybe I've got a little candle light here. Maybe I'll put that right in there. See, there's a little dark spot right there. Trying to light it up just a little. You know, ladies, we all kind of have that there. There we go. I think that kind of helps. I just want to lighten it up a little bit so that it's not so dark in there. Helps me look more awake during the day. There we go. So now I have got my foundation on, and that's where I'm going to stop this video because, like I said yesterday, I can't decide if it was just because it was too long. So this was the foundation application, and I'm going to stop here, and then I'm going to create another one for eyeshadow. But I think before I finish this one, since I'm using my beauty blender, I'm going to go ahead and do my blush application because I use all of the things I'm using right now for my foundation and concealer application for my blush application. So again, I'm going to use this little 99-cent palette from the craft store, and I am using this is our Blushsense, and the color that I have today is called Cherry. So this is the color, that's the tab there, this is what it looks like, and that's how much I'm putting there. Yep, that's it, girls. And I like to have a little bit of highlight on my cheeks as well. So I'm going to use this anti-aging foundation, which is actually a pearlizer, which is really beautiful, and it's really hard for me to take pictures of online, but it takes just a little tiny dab there, and I'm going to mix this together with the end of one of my application wands that we use at our parties for testing so that I can blend the two together right here, and I'm going to mix them together because I don't want to waste any of my product right here. Yep, that's all it takes. I'm just going to dab it on my cheek right here. And I'm going to take this and dab it on my cheek right here only because it's on here already. I'll go like this right here. And then I'm going to take my little beauty blender and my mirror, graceful there, and I'm going to blend up from the apple of my cheek all the way up. And it never really looks like I'm doing too much with the blush until you go ahead and then you see in my after pictures that it's just enough. I have another one that I'm wearing, that I do wear when I'm going for a really natural look that's not so natural because I'm wearing barely noticeable shades. So the other one that I wear is called Pouty Pink. And Pouty Pink is a very pale pink color. My cheeks, as you saw before we got started here, already naturally have a little bit of pink to them. So I don't need a lot, but I like the look of a lot of blush. Some girls like a lot of mascara, some girls like a lot of foundation or eyeshadows. I tend to really like the cheek look. So now I finished putting my cheeks on, and I'm gonna stop this video, and then I'm going to start and make a new one with just the eyeshadow application. And then finally at the end, I will do a mascara application and then a Blushsense application. So I'm gonna post all the links to these later. If you're interested, then you can watch them in little segments, and I'm trying to keep them a little short so you don't have to watch the whole thing. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will be in touch soon.